Well, it is Tuesday, September 10th. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm just now leaving work. Just did 12 hours, and I'm on the road now, headed to Kentucky. My dad should be leaving soon, if not already on his way there. We're gonna meet up at the Airbnb, kind of get unpacked, regroup, and get everything together and head straight out to the woods. Got a short little trip here. This is our first time going to Kentucky, first time hunting this early in the year. It's I don't know, it's exciting. It's something new. There's a chance at seeing some velvet deer, but we're just looking to kind of lay a good foundation. I look forward to getting out there and getting in the woods and start doing it for myself finally. So got a lot of big things this year, got a lot of time to hunt this year, so we're primarily going to be hunting Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Kentucky, and hopefully between those three states we can finally have some success. It's been pretty rough for us. Haven't had a whole lot of luck, and the luck that we have had has been bad luck for the most part. But I don't know, we'll see. It's 2024, it's the start of a new season. Kentucky opened up on Saturday and it is Tuesday now, so it's only been in for 3 days, and today will be the 4th day, and we'll be in a stand tonight. So I don't know, I have high hopes, low expectations, but high hopes, so we'll see. Heading out to Kentucky had me fired up. I was so excited to take everything that I've learned over the past 19 years of hunting and to apply it to a new state and time of year that I've never hunted before. I spent the days and weeks leading up to this trip thoroughly e-scouting on onX as best as I could so we could hit the ground running once we got there. I came up with 2 different WMAs that I wanted us to focus on. The original one was an 8,000 acre piece that was mostly timber that I saw had some potential for some great boat access to get far off the beaten path, and that's where we booked the Airbnb for. The second WMA that I came across was about an hour away from the other one, but it looked like it set up much better for early season with its proximity to some ag fields and majority of the woods consisting of oak and hickory trees. So even though it was going to be about an hour away, we decided that it was going to be the best place for us to start. But first things first, we had to get checked into the Airbnb and get our stuff unloaded. Well, just pulled into the Airbnb. There she is. Home sweet home for the next couple days. Thought Dad wasn't too far behind me, but must have gotten lost or something. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful bluebird day. Excited to be in Kentucky for the first time hunting. Just gotta get this thing unloaded, and then whenever Dad gets here, get him unloaded. Hurry up and get out in the woods, do some scouting, and get in a tree tonight. There he is. What time you got here? I don't know, the GPS is all goofed up, but it would have been fun pulling the boat down here. The roads are a little windy. Yeah, for sure. Well, hopefully you finding this is the hardest thing to find. Hopefully the deer are pretty easy to find. Yeah. Hopefully. Let's get unpacked. Get stuff undone. Yep, get unpacked and get out in the woods. Got stuff to do. Deer to kill. Well, it ended up taking us a lot longer to get settled into the house than we originally anticipated. On top of that, after being awake for over 24 hours at this point, I needed to get a little bit of sleep before we headed out. And due to some poor planning on our part, all of our stands that we brought with us were still in their boxes and needed to be put together. So what this all meant is that by the time we got on the road to head out to that second WMA, it was already pretty late in the day, and we didn't even get the chance to get up in the tree. What we did figure out was that even though there was some sign and we saw a couple of deer, it just wasn't the hot spot that we were looking for to invest the little time that we do have in.
So with that, we headed into the second day of our trip, where we were determined to get ourselves set up to be able to hunt not only that afternoon, but the day and a half that we had left. So we headed out to that original WMA that I was looking at, but without a boat. And what that meant is that we were going to have to hike our 2 stands and all of our gear about 2 miles deep into the Kentucky woods. Once we got back there though, we came across a great clover field that we were very excited about. But, of course, just like with everything else for us, it quickly went downhill after we found about over 100 ticks between the two of us. So we quickly finished getting that 1 stand hung, and by the time that we got out of there, back to the house, and got ourselves all cleaned up, we were already out of time that day to then get back out there for an evening hunt. So with only 1 day left, we decided it was best not to disturb things by going in the morning, which left us with just 1 afternoon to get back in there and enjoy what we came so far to do.
Going in. Got a mile walk. Luckily it's pretty much all down this logging road. We get back and off of it a little bit and in this field with a good bit of clover in it. Got a nice overcast coming in. It's gonna cool off already. Seems like if there was a night to have a good night, tonight would be the night. So cautiously optimistic. We'll see what happens though. On the 10th, and we spent all day on the 10th getting our stuff together, getting ready, and then we drove an hour to go check out this other spot, and it became clear to us very quickly that between the drive and the terrain, it just wasn't going to happen there. So we came back to this WMA that we originally planned on coming to, but we planned on accessing it by boat. But we didn't bring the boat. So we had to hoof it in here, and it became pretty clear to us pretty quickly upon walking in here that Kentucky is thick. These woods are way thicker than anything I've seen in Ohio or Pennsylvania. But towards the end of the day yesterday, we finally came across this nice open field here. There's a ton of clover sprinkled throughout it. There's pockets where it's nice and dense and heavy. There's another field on the other side of me that we thought we could have doubled up between this field and that field, but just looking at the layout of things and the terrain, this just seemed like the spot to be in, so we decided to double up in this tree for 1 afternoon. I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, there's deer sign here. We've seen tracks. We've seen deer crap. I mean, there's deer that are in here. We even ran into a logger on our way in here, and he told us about how he's never seen so many deer in one place before. So definitely gave us the confidence that we just might be in the right area. But we'll see. It's about 5 o'clock now. The sun's starting to go down. We got a nice overcast. I bet these deer still don't move till about the last half hour or so, but we got 1 afternoon to try to make it happen. Buck, doe, fawn, spike, it's all going down tonight. We just
glimpse of it. It's working its way up this way. Once it gets into that opening of the field here, you'll see it. I can't see it at all. What's that? I can't hear you. I definitely don't know. Yeah. So that was pretty much it for Kentucky. We had those couple of does that came out in the field behind us, but with there being so much foliage, Dad wasn't able to get any of them on camera. But believe me, they were there. So while we left Kentucky kind of defeated, it was still a great trip for us, and we learned a lot and had a lot of fun while we were doing it. We had plans of going back there later that fall in November, but life, well, it kind of had other plans for me. So with a baby on the way, we were going to have to put off going back there. But that still left Pennsylvania and Ohio for us to hunt this year. So after getting home from Kentucky, I got right to work getting myself set up for Pennsylvania's archery season, which at this point was quickly approaching. I got out to the spots that I've been hunting for the past couple of years and got all my cameras set back up. I got my stands back in the trees that I know I always see good deer movement from, and I went ahead and got a few mock scrapes put out too. And after getting back there, one thing that I quickly noticed was that there was a ton of acorns absolutely everywhere. I mean, to be honest, I've been hunting there for over 4 years, and in all of that time, I have never seen as many acorns as I did this year, which gave me a ton of confidence heading into archery season. But with all of the prep work done, there is nothing left to do but to sit back and wait for archery season to start. Well, it is finally here. Archery season here in Pennsylvania. Me and Dad went out to Kentucky earlier this year to try to get the season started early, but pretty much all we accomplished was doing some hiking. We only ended up spending one night in the tree, and even though it was only one night, it felt good to be up. But I'll tell you what, it feels even better to be back up in the tree here in Pennsylvania. Overnight, there was a 20-degree temperature drop and a good front that moved through, so it should have these deer up on their feet today. So I just kind of found myself up in this tree that I hunted all of last year, pretty much. It's a great early to mid-October spot. There's acorns scattered throughout the ground here. And all of early season last year, I had deer just non-stop coming through here munching on these acorns. We really don't have a whole lot of other food sources around here other than some sparse clover up in the fields down on the other side of this ravine here. Early season, acorns are a big factor in where the deer like to be, and when they don't have a whole lot of other food around, it's an even bigger factor. So I have no idea what's in this area. I got a few pictures of some decent bucks throughout the summer, but there's really no telling what could be here. A lot of the deer that I was after last year didn't show up until right about this time. This spot right here is kind of in between two bedding areas. And like I said, it's just scattered with oaks. It's a little rainy this morning. Pretty quiet so far, about 10 minutes till sunrise. Probably gonna sit until about 9:30, 10 o'clock or so, just give it a good sit up in here, but just kind of run through. I need to freshen up some cameras in here. I need to replace some cameras that are in here so I can get some cell cameras up in here. And kind of just start coming up with a game plan for season while it's happening. Even if there was something back there, I don't know if I can pull Sean off back that way. Not being able to put branches on public land really kind of sucks, but I might be able to figure something out if I have to, but nonetheless, it's good to see deer on the green. It's super quiet with this rain, but I kind of figured that make them like moving a little bit more. If that one big toe where it came out to give me an easy shot, definitely would have thought about it. It's been a long time since I killed a deer, and it's been never since I killed one with compound bows out. All I'm saying is it's gonna be hard to pass up anything in archery range. But I was about to force that shot back that way. Nonetheless, it's good to see deer on the field.